Hi, I'm Mr. Pikle. Today I'm going to talk to you about soil health, and we're going to talk about these little things. They're black-eyed peas and how important these are in the garden. Come on with me, I'll show you what I'm going to do with these things. This is bare soil. This is an area I was thinking about for planting these black-eyed peas. It's so bare that in the summer it's going to get really hot, and I want to keep this soil alive. I always think about soil health, and what I mean by soil health is really what's going on in that soil. There's a lot of microbes in the soil, there's worms maybe in the soil, there's a lot of little critters walking around and eating each other in the soil. I know that sounds pretty weird, but that's really what's going on, and it's really important for that soil to be healthy for your plant life. So we're going to put a cover crop in there, which is what the black-eyed peas do. So if the soil is bare, it's important to do something to make that soil healthy. And the black-eyed peas are going to provide shade. It's going to provide some additional moisture for all those living creatures that are in there. And it's pretty hot this summer, so it just takes care of the soil until you're ready to plant again in the fall. So these black-eyed peas are a real important part of keeping this soil alive. So this is where I'm going to plant them in my garden at this time. So here's the little black-eyed peas, and I'm just going to disperse them all around this soil. Don't worry about how far you're going to plant them, how deep they are, the spacing, just get them in here. They're gonna just do well wherever you put them. So at this point, don't fret too much. So here's one, the soil is pretty soft here. I'm just going to push it down here. It's probably about ½ an inch or so, but just put them all around the place. They're going to grow. They'll be about this big, they're going to be about this tall, so just stick them in anywhere. If you put too many in, don't worry about it. Just get them all over the place. Just think about these things covering the soil with shade, and you'll get them in all the right places. And if they don't all come up, just throw some more in there if you've got any more. But this is what you're going to do with the black-eyed peas. And this is all we do here at the garden here. Just make sure our soil stays healthy. When you come back, the summer's over with, your soil's going to be ready to go. The only thing I'm going to tell you about these, though, is when you are done with these, you're going to leave the roots in the soil. So you might cut off that stem and maybe put it in your compost, or if you leave the whole plant here, it's fine, but leave the roots in the soil. The roots are what has the nitrogen in it, so you don't want to take those out of the soil. That's what's going to feed your next plants that you put in here. This is the school's garden that we plant in, and right now we're filming this in the spring, so you're seeing lots of plants in here that aren't going to survive through the summer, but this one is. This is eggplant, and right now it looks pretty sorry. It's not warm enough for this plant, which will just do well in the summer. So what I wanted to continue talking to you about is cover crops, and in our school we're going to plant some eggplant. We're going to be planting some watermelon, some cantaloupe. We'll do red hibiscus. We're going to do okra, does really well here. Peppers, amaranth. I've got a list here, sunflowers, corn, long beans. These are the plants that we're going to plant in here. So they're going to provide some shade, and because we're going to be watering them, they're going to add some moisture to the soil. But beyond that, we're still going to plant these black-eyed peas or cowpeas in here. So this is going to be an important addition. And just because this plant is this close it's not a problem for these black-eyed peas. We're going to just put them in here, and we're going to pop them all around. So think of this as just a big shaded area that's going to protect the soil. The other thing you can do in your soil too to protect this is if you've got some mulch, which you can get at most of the stores, or if you've got some just leaves left over, anything just to insulate the soil, it helps as well. It keeps the moisture in the soil from evaporating. So these are some of the things you can do this summer. Those are some of the plants you can put in, and that should take care of your soil. So in the fall, when you're ready to come back and plant, your soil's going to be ready to go. You should have a nice fall crop.